What's up, guys? Flippin' Steve, finally back with another video, and finally with my better late than never Atlanta breakdown, recap, whatever. My first time setting up as a dealer. I've since been to the Philly show, the Dallas show has happened. So yeah, this is kind of old, and if you guys are tired of hearing about Atlanta content, then this may not be the video for you. If you care about what I did in Atlanta, then stick around for this. I've just kind of been under the weather for the past couple days, to be honest. It hasn't kept me down, but just been slowed a little bit. Got the hat on to keep my head warm. Slightly burned out because I did the show circuit like 2 weeks in a row, along with my regular job without like any downtime in between. I've popped up on a couple of live streams. And to be quite honest, a little bit lazy just because I've been trying to just rest up a little bit, with this little head cold and everything else that I got going on. So here's my recap. I got a little bit of footage that I'll sprinkle in. I'm not a professional vlogger, didn't try to do it. Took some footage like day one, maybe a little day two, and that was it. I'll sprinkle some of that in along my recap. Anyway, here we go. I flew out Thursday morning. Before that, I took a trip here to the post office. I got a package in the mail. We can check that out. What's up, guys? Flippin' Steve here. Today is the day. It is, the 24th. Headed to Atlanta today. Going to film some snippets of the trip. Not going to be much vlog style. I'm not a professional. I don't have a crew. I don't have sound equipment. I don't have fancy cameras. So I'm going to take some snippets of the trip. I'm headed to the bank right now to get some cashish, some cash flow to take with me. Don't know how much I want to carry. But yeah, guys, just going to try to do some of my trip, some of the dealer perspective, some of the things that I visit while I'm in Atlanta. Quick story to start off the day. I thought my wife was taking me to the airport, and come to find out last night, late, she's working today. So miscommunication, communication breakdown in the family there. I thought she was dropping me off and then I was getting picked up. However, she's the one picking me up. I had to get dropped off. Sometimes your wife says stuff and you just get it twisted most of the time. But my sister-in-law is going to step in and take me to the airport, guys. We're going to get some footage. Going to run into the bank. You guys hang out, check out the video, and see some of Atlanta with me. All right, guys, done inside the bank. Got the cash. Decided I'd take out just $2K with me. I've already sold $1,000 worth of cards to pick up at the show to add to this. And yes, I got myself plenty of 20s for all those people who say, oh, I don't have a 20 on me, and try to shortchange you. My first time as a dealer, that's already one thing that I've learned, that I've picked up from watching other people's vlogs and such. Have change so that people don't shortchange you when you're asking for a card. All right, guys, it's time to go catch the flight. I'm a little nervous. I don't like to fly. And I'm excited as well. Just all kinds of stuff going on right now. Hopefully I'll be able to sleep on the flight and or download something to entertain me while I'm on the flight. All right, guys, Atlanta time. Hopefully I'll see you there. If I don't see you there, I'll see you on this video when it uploads, when I get back. Take it easy. Back to the house, waiting for a ride to the airport. Boom, mail package. Let's go ahead and open this up before I head out. Maybe it's a card I want to take with me. We will see. Actually, no, guys, not a card I want to take with me. Card I picked up for my PC, 2000, UD Legends, Dan Marino, PSA 10. It is just a one-color jersey, but it's way back from 2000, game used. Going in the PC. Just picked that up off My Slabs like 2 days ago, and it arrived already. I actually thought this was going to be a different card. Excited to get this in, and going to see if I got time to put it away before I leave, guys. Dan Marino, Atlanta time. All right, guys, we're through airport security. The case made it through. On our way to catch the flight. Be there in no time, hopefully. Here we go. Yeah, security check was really, really quick. There's only like 3 people ahead of me. We cruised right through. I didn't even have TSA pre-check, which is something I'm going to get. Stopped and got some old pretzels and a Dunkin' Donuts coffee, just a little snack. Straying from my diet a little bit. Really didn't have many options. Anyway, Still on my way to catch this flight, guys. Finally headed over to Baltimore, crossed the Chesapeake Bay Bridge to the airport, flew out of Baltimore into Atlanta, arrived around 3 o'clock, met up with Michael Hamm at the Sheraton where we were staying, and something super cool happened, which I'll show. I was using a backpack that I hadn't used in months because I've gotten a new backpack, and just a crazy lucky situation that I took this backpack with me, and as you'll see, I'll show that in here. Flippin' Steve, finally at the hotel. I'm balls deep in transportation fees today. I can't believe I just said that, but $100 to get to Baltimore, $75 for the Uber. It was like 75 to 80 degrees when I landed in Atlanta, and it was 30 when I left home, so I was sweating bullets into my Pearl Jam hat. Michael Hamm here in the background beat me here. Say what's up.
What's up, guys?
But something good happened. I reached down into my backpack, right? I don't know if you can see my backpack down here. Gonna get a copyright strike from Rick James or MC Hammer. And then I reached down into this backpack and I found the Tom Brady card that has been lost for at least 4 to 5 months. I've been missing this Tom Brady patch card numbered out of 9. So something good did happen for me this morning, and we're gonna head over to the Galleria for dealer setup. But I found the Brady 2013 booklet. Crazy. I thought this card was gone forever, and here it is. It's 2009, actually. I thought it was 2013. I thought it was gone forever, and it's found. All right, guys. I'm going to keep you updated with some stuff that we're doing. Going to go have fun. Need some food. I'm going to continue with a little bit of vlogging / filming, whatever you want to call it. And, yeah, see you later. You know, shot over Thursday night because Thursday night was pre-dealer setup. And what I thought that this meant was that it was going to be able to set up our tables, set up our showcases, not put our inventory out, but get our showcases and stuff that we were renting from the venue, get them set up. That way we would come in Friday morning. VIP entrance was at noon, and just throw our inventory or our showcases. However, that was not the case. It was just people with big displays, whether it was shelves, racks to set up. You know, eBay built a big fort in there, it seemed like. Lots of bigger businesses setting up. So for the tables and people dealing themselves, it was just kind of a go in there and walk around. Nobody was really set up unless you had your own showcases to put out, because they weren't giving out the showcases that you rented until Friday morning. All right, guys, a little bit behind the scenes setting up. My first time at a show, so I've never seen it, you know, before everything's set up. We got a blank tables. They're setting up the basketball court over there. eBay's got a big display / fort clubhouse going up right here. And Kenny's texting me asking me if I'm still here. And I haven't moved from our spot. And there he is. I think he's coming over here. There he is. You find anything? Well, say what's up. And we won't say what you've done so far. Just keep it secret. Now, Friday morning, I had already planned to go to the aquarium because I thought I would have most of my setting up done on Thursday night. However, Friday morning I had to wake up, head over to the show at like 8 a.m. for dealer setup, get my showcases, get all that stuff out, then catch an Uber into Atlanta so I could check out the aquarium. So got that out of the way. All right, guys, back from pre-dealer setup, whatever. Didn't even get to set our showcases or anything up tonight. Have to be there early in the morning for that. Probably going to be like 8 a.m. because I'm going to the aquarium at 10:30 a.m. Michael Hamm's asleep back there. Kenny just rolled out. Have to pick up a couple of his friends at the airport at like 12:30, like after midnight, and then he might shoot back by. Just chilling, sitting here by myself, dead tired. Look at my face. And pricing and comping cards for tomorrow. Something I probably should have already had done, but catching up on it now, and we'll see how things work out in the morning. All right, guys, early morning. Actually, it's a little bit after 9, but I've been up since like 7. Stayed up till like 2 a.m. just talking and hanging out here at the show. Hopefully, the lights in here are kind of dim right now. Hopefully, it gets a little bit brighter. Actually, it looks brighter on camera. Started setting up my first case with some Marvel cards. Trying to figure out how much room I have. Not sure what I'm going to set out first, how I'm going to set up. Maybe I'm going to grab another showcase, maybe not. Again, first time. And I got to leave here in like 10 minutes. I am going to the Atlanta Aquarium at 10:30. So I'm going to go over there, check out the aquarium, and then rush back for the start of the show, which is VIP entrance at noon. And I think the aquarium would be cool. Take in a little bit of that. Come back to the show and see how it fares for me, guys. All right. Or as you guys may be able to see or hear, the aquarium is becoming a nightmare, as it seems like every elementary school in the city of Atlanta is here today doing a field trip. I just want to see the whale sharks. I'm going to see the whale sharks and head back to the show, finish setting up, and get my day at the show actually started off. You guys can see I'm in a tunnel here, and I got a whale shark right above me, which is really, really cool. You probably can't hear me, but as long as you can see this, that's all that matters. It's really neat. Right here. All right, guys, outside of the aquarium, just called my Uber. In the World of Coke Courtyard is the Coca-Cola museum / type thingy over there. Don't have time for that this go around, but pretty cool, nice little courtyard area out here. Let's get the Uber and let's go see if we can sell some cards today. All right, guys, Flip and Steve inside the Culture Collision show. I don't know how well you'll be able to hear me with all the noise that you guys can hear. There's music, there's basketball, there's a little bit of everything. Had a great day today so far, and we're still going. Lots of sales. I'm going to do a rundown and a recap. You guys will see some of the items that I've moved, and just having a good time hanging here with Neo, doing our thing, and hopefully I don't run out of inventory before this weekend's over, because there are buyers out and about here at Culture Collision in Atlanta. All right, guys, let's go ahead and see what else the show has to offer. Checked out the aquarium. It was really neat. Had the whale sharks in there. That was one of the highlights I wanted to see. Couldn't see much else of Atlanta. Just had to haul butt back to the show to be there by noon. So I was at the aquarium at 10:30, and VIP entrance was at noon. So got in there Friday. Had a really good day. Had a really good show. I sold quite a bit. Only picked up a couple items. And I'm going to go ahead and just, since I have not that much footage, I'm just going to go ahead and recap my thoughts of the show. First of all, it was very spread out. The venue was very spread out, which was good. It was a mix of cards, sneakers, comic books. It was Culture Collision. However, a majority of it was sports cards. But lots of room to walk around, as opposed to the Philly show, which you will see in my next video when I talk about Philly. For me, myself, and I can only speak personally because I did not get out to the showcases and be able to walk the floor that much. I very rarely got out from behind my table because my table was very busy. But I saw very little vintage at this show. There was some vintage, don't get me wrong. People are going to fuss in the comments. There was vintage. But for myself, I only covered like maybe 25% of the floor in the minimal amount of time that I had to walk around. And I saw just maybe 3 tables of vintage, lots of modern, football, basketball, baseball. Baseball didn't tend to be moving too much. Any out-of-the-box items that people had garnered attention, whether it was Marvel, wrestling, Star Wars, rock and roll. All that stuff kind of garnered attention because a lot of people, I feel like, are tired of seeing the same flavor. A lot of showcases are filled with the same types of cards and the same types of players. Now, they may not be the exact cards, but, lots of your Lukas and lots of your Tom Brady's and lots of your John Morant's and Joe Burrow's, and that stuff is moving, don't get me wrong. But people were really intrigued by the alternative type cards. I know firsthand because I have a lot of that stuff, and some of it was in my showcases. Marvel was buzzy, as you guys have heard. However, it was buzzy and it was talked about. That doesn't mean it was moving with high liquidity. Marvel was being bought and sold. However, I sold a couple higher end Marvel cards, but it was the lower end stuff that tended to move for me because people looking to get into the Marvel market don't want to come in at a high risk and go out there and buy an expensive precious metal gem or an expensive jambalaya. They want to come in and look for a card with an entry level. There was interest in people getting into the Marvel market, like I said, but wanting to come in at a low risk and maybe just get themselves a couple lower end Marvel cards to start building their collection and just getting their feet wet a little bit. Majority of what I sold, and this is me, was Hall of Fame autos. And I can't speak for every player out there. I can only speak for the players that I had in my showcase. But Larry Bird was very popular. Magic Johnson was very popular. Dr. J, I almost said Dr. Dre, was very popular. I sold a Jerry West. I sold a Joe Namath. Right after I sold a Joe Namath auto patch, I reacquired another one in the trade to sell again. So those types of players were selling in the $200 to $500 range on card autos of Hall of Famers, because I just feel like people are saying, that's safe. They really can't get much cheaper than $200. $500 is a little expensive depending on the player. If it's your basic, flawless out of 25 on card auto of some of these players. But people just looked at that because, Kobe, LeBron, and Jordan are really expensive. And they looked at the Magic Johnson and Larry Bird stuff. And, even Joe Namath. I sold a Jerry West. A lot of this stuff, I sold an Oscar Robertson. People were buying in on those players that are in the GOAT discussions, your top 10 type NBA players, but, not your top 3 guys that you typically see moving. Again, I don't know if that has to do with the risk of buying some of the higher end stuff, or people just feeling comfortable of getting a nice card, for $200, $300, $400. Also, let's not forget the Magic Johnson Lakers television show was coming out on HBO on March 6th, which they put the first episode of that out, talking about Magic Johnson. They haven't gotten really deep into it yet. And by the way, I also sold a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar auto relic or auto patch card as well. So again, that stuff was selling, and I don't know if it has anything to do with a television show as much as it does as these are just great players and people want to, buy and collect their cards, because they're affordable. Now, I will say that from my experience, I didn't have much walk up to me. One of the things that I was hoping to do at the show was have some really nice deals walk up to me and be able to buy some cards at a discount, kind of, with that dealer mentality of paying, not quite comp. But that didn't happen to me. I had a few people walk up to me with cards, but very few did I buy. I did acquire a couple cards in trades because people wanted cards off me and either didn't have enough cash to buy or didn't want to spend above a certain amount of money. And I would look for a card that maybe I was interested in to include in a cash trade type deal. But again, not much walked up to me, and other people may have been buying heavy. So I'm not saying this is how the show was. I'm just giving you my perspective as far as people coming up to me. Now, I sold lots of cards, way too many to talk about. But I sold a couple high-end Marvel cards like an Iron Man Precious Metal Gem, a Spider-Man Jambalaya. I did sell a Kobe Bryant auto. In fact, I put that in the sports card taxi on IG, and he walked the show floor and sold that card for me. Also sold a high-end Magic Johnson Kareem Abdul-Jabbar dual autograph. I traded into a Patrick Mahomes 2017 Prism PSA 10, which I immediately moved. So again, moved out of a card for that. If you guys saw my most previous video, you know what I did. I moved out of that card to get a little bit more liquid and get some cash and another card that I really liked in return, which I'll show you guys when you see my pickups. You've already seen this because my first video I put out about Atlanta actually showed a deal that I made. And I don't really have any of my deals on camera. I don't have a cameraman. I didn't have the fancy setup. I had my phone. And really, the first time on that side of the table, I'm not going to say it was overwhelming, but it was a lot of work. I was talking to lots of people who support the channel and came up to me, and I always gave them the time. They even took priority over people looking to buy off of me. So again, I had a lot of conversation, had lots of transactions going on. And even though I didn't get to buy much or even didn't get to film a whole lot or anything like that, it was a great show. It was a great experience. It was tiring. But again, I just did really well for myself. I don't know in comparison to other people, but for myself, I did well. Saturday was also all day at the show. Went out with Michael Ham and Neo to Hattie B's Hot Chicken. All right, guys, day one of the Atlanta show. Actually, technically day two, but day one of the actual show. Michael Ham behind me. going into the books, day one was great. Made some sales, picked up a really nice PC card, and about to go over here to Hattie B's, can't see the sign back there, and get some hot chicken. Had dinner, which was awesome. Hung out. Now, there was a trade night down at a place called The Battery, but this was actually Friday night, and it was more of a club. It had an open bar, and it kind of turned into more of a party than it did a trade night. Lots of people were drinking and hanging out. I did not attend that. I actually hung out in the Renaissance Hotel lobby, which is the hotel attached to the convention center. And there was a little mini trade night set up in there. It was a little more quiet. A couple people set up with their cards. I did do one deal that night. However, I bought a card that night for $500 and instantly flipped it the next day in my showcase for $800. That was another Marvel card. Chatted with, Dustin and Neo and Kenny and, just everybody. We hung out kind of towards the end of that night as it wound down. And again, there's a lot of footage, a lot more footage of me and like Kenny Fornos' videos and stuff. He actually filmed me for some of his videos, which was awesome because I couldn't get any film of myself. Rolling into Saturday, again, a nice busy day. Friday, I actually did better from a selling standpoint monetarily wise, but I think I sold more cards on Saturday. Saturday morning, the first thing I sold out of my showcase was 3 Larry Bird autos. Right off the bat, 3 Larry Bird autos went. First 3 cards that I sold. In fact, I took the rest of my Larry Bird autos and put them back in my Pelican case. Once I sold 3 and I had like 2 left, I wanted to keep them for myself because I'm a Larry Bird fan. So I had to keep a couple for myself. And I've actually bought at least two more really nice Larry Birds since I've been home, which I'll show you once they come in the mail. One of them's like a Grail card that'll go away in my PC. The other one I'll probably put with my others and plan on selling it in the future. But again, a good strong day on Saturday. Didn't get out from behind the table. The trade night was at the Renaissance this time, and it was more of a mellow trade night. Everybody was up. It was a good crowd. Everybody was set up. And to be quite honest, I walked into the trade night and I sat down. And I'm sorry, this isn't exciting. I sat down and I never even opened my case. I didn't make any deals. I didn't make any trades. I may have bought one card off somebody. No, in fact, that card I bought off somebody the next day on Sunday. Again, for me, it was just tiring. So back to the room, wake up Sunday morning for the last day. Sunday was still a pretty strong day for me. That's actually the day that I made the Patrick Mahomes deal. I also made a trade for a PC card. And ended the show. I actually missed my first flight out of Atlanta at 5 p.m. and had to get on a standby flight for 7. Luckily got on that standby flight. And the reason I missed my flight is because I got held up in security. They wanted to go through my Pelican case and all my cards. I didn't necessarily leave myself enough time for that. I got to the gate 15 minutes before departure. And they said because I needed to be there 20 minutes before departure, they had given my ticket to someone else on standby. So I hustled. Atlanta airport is huge. I got held up in security. Didn't make it. Didn't really know what to do. It's the first time this happened to me. But I got home. I got on the standby flight at 7 p.m. and got home around 9:30. My bag was on the previous plane that I had missed. So I had to search Baltimore airport to try to find my luggage. Went to luggage services. They couldn't find it. They actually delivered it to my home the next morning. Luckily, I had my card case with me, and that was just my backpack, my big pack, with my clothing and such in it. And then I was home late Sunday and I was right back to work on Monday morning, guys. So I really didn't take any downtime. Next time I probably will. I'll probably just stay in Atlanta for an extra night. I almost thought I was going to have to anyway. I had gone into panic mode, called work, said, hey, I may not make it in the morning. I can't get a flight out of here. Luckily, I was able to get in on one. We'll go ahead and show some of my pickups here. It's impossible to go through all my sales. I stated some of the cards that I sold. Some of the cards that I did pick up was I did pick up this Joe Namath National Treasures out of 10. And I moved a Flawless numbered out of 15. That was almost an identical card to this. And I picked this one up cheaper than I sold the Flawless. So I just looked at it as a good flip potential. And that one would be going up on sale. Whether I consign it, put it on IG, put it on eBay, whatever. It's a card that I'll list for sale. We'll go ahead and show the presidential card that I had picked up in a nice little trade. It's just got 6 presidents on it. You guys can go back and view my last video to see this card in detail. I picked up in trade a Cyclops, and this one is like a 2020 or 2021, a fairly new precious metal gem Cyclops, red, numbered out of 100. I sold my Carnage Jambalaya for this in cash. The buyer wanted my Carnage Jambalaya, didn't quite have enough for my asking price, so cash, and he threw in this Cyclops here. I got the Dan Marino first year Upper Deck game used jersey, which was acquired in a trade. And I noticed, which I didn't mention in my video the first time I showed this, was that these cards actually have the date and the game and everything that this is from. So this swatch is a jersey worn by Dan Marino on November 20th, 1994 versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. So that's really cool. I wish that they would still do that. But anyway, a game from the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'll probably have to go back in history and look that up and actually see if he had a good game or not. Could have been a loss. He could have had 3 picks. Who knows? But he could have had a monster game, which actually would be even cooler. But, you know, it is what it is. I'll show the other Dan Marino card last. I picked up a really out-of-the-box Doctor Strange card. I like Doctor Strange. This is a 1979 Mr. Wimpy's, some sort of restaurant or, you know, I don't know, food brand or something. You know how they always issue those types of cards. But this was a 1979 Doctor Strange, cool little oddball card that I'll put in my collection. This isn't the kind of Marvel card that I'll look to flip or sell. This would be the one that I'll look to collect. I think I picked this up for $25 off Sketch Card Hive Norin. And then the big pickup for me for the PC was the Dan Marino 1/1 National Treasures plate jersey auto printing plate jersey patch, really cool patch, auto and 1/1. So that was my pickups. Very limited on my pickups. Like I said, not many people walked up to the table to sell, but I did very good as a seller myself. Made some good money. I've stashed some of that money, like I always recommend you do. If you make profits, stash some of it. And then if you want to buy yourself some more cards, whether it's PC or try to buy some more cards to flip to snowball up, you know, take a percentage of that and try to, you know, start it over again. But for myself, I never take all of my profits and re-roll it. It just doesn't make sense. I'm conservative. I like to play it a little more safe. So what I've done is I put a lot of the money aside. I've since bought a really nice PC card, and I've since bought like maybe 5 more cards that I will probably look to resell. And whether I make $100, $150, $200 on those cards, you know, that's what it's all about. Starting low, building yourself back up. And that's pretty much it for me for Atlanta. Hopefully I didn't leave anything out. I probably did because it was super fun and super exhausting, and I've been tired all week. Been back to the Philly show. It's actually been like 2 weeks since Atlanta, so, well, over a week, not quite 2 weeks, but finally getting this out there. Hopefully you guys stuck through the video. Hope you guys cared enough to watch. And anytime you're out to a show, guys, if you run into me, come up to me and talk to me because I like chatting with you guys. I like to know what you guys are doing. It's not always just about what I'm doing. Had some good conversation in Philly with a couple supporters of the channel, which was awesome. So again, guys, hope you like this video. And if you really want to see some live footage of me or whatever, go watch like Kenny Fornos' videos. I was in a lot of Kenny's videos. He actually did a lengthy interview with me, actually getting my perspective of the show as I was in the heat of the moment of the show. So that's all I got for you guys. And until next time, good luck in your investing, your collecting, do whatever makes you happy and whatever is fun. And I'll see you guys next time.